Thanks for tuning in to H&H Prospecting. I'm Kevin. That's Travis. I know we said we were going to get back out later in the week to this spot, but we just could not wait. We got the new camera playing around with today. We've already got the sluice set up and running over there. We'll show you guys that in a bit. Just out here cleaning some bedrock again today, seeing what we can find. We'll check in periodically. It's the same spot, but Travis found that picker right there in that hole yesterday. Remember when we talked about yesterday a little bit, I said I felt like that crack was actually kind of in the wrong direction, the way the river's flowing towards us here. You stop moving the camera so fast there, Kevin. Make people think they're on a roller coaster ride. So you can see actually now Travis has gone to the other side, pretty much the top of that crevice. If you look at that rock face, that's actually facing the right way. While I'm thinking about it, I mentioned something about lead, all the lead that we were finding out here yesterday. And what I wanted to emphasize on that is, if we're finding lead, and I mean we found a lot. Look at that, that's pretty.
Nice agates.
Agates all through this. Oh, gorgeous. The reason that finding lead is important, or I guess would you say important? If you're finding lead, that means you know heavies are depositing. If something as heavy as lead is depositing here, that means gold should be depositing here as well. The only thing that's as close to as heavy as gold, remember gold is 18, 19 times heavier than water. So lead and iron are going to be about the only thing that match it. So if you're finding lead, you're finding iron. Iron can just be discoloration in your quartz. You start finding rusty looking quartz, it means it's got iron on it. That means it's heavy. It means you're in the right spot, or should be. Alright, I'm going to stop playing with my new toy and actually help Travis find some gold today. Check back in soon. Alright, back at it. I'm going to let Travis tell you what we've been doing today and what's going on now.
Alright, so we've spent a few hours cleaning some crevices all through this bedrock here. And we managed to get 3 buckets through this sluice box, and we're now having to clean it out because it is packed up with heavy. The riffles are stopping the work, they're piling up. I'm going to let Kevin step over and give you a shot of the riffle mat.
So I get over here without falling in the water, dropping a phone or a camera. This is getting magical. Alright. We've definitely seen more color in our mats in the past, that is true. But there are some big pieces in there. Just don't know if it's going to show. There we go. There we go. That's showing it. Yeah. Alright. Beautiful. I can't wait to see what's actually under the riffles. As Travis said, we only ran 3 buckets. Normally you could run much more through, but neither one of us have seen and dealt with, as he was saying, all these heavies. So much big, heavy material just not washing out of the sluice. So we really have no choice but to pull it. Travis is going to clean the sluice out. I'm going to walk back over there after I pause the video and show you where we've dug today. And then I think we're going to hop over behind that tree line and do some more test panning before we leave. And we'll be back. Alright, so we got the sluice pulled out of the river, and I made my way back across. I want to show you guys what we were digging and what we were chasing today. So yesterday, as guys kind of showed you, this is the hole that I had dug in and found some nice pieces in it. So basically what's happened today, and then also too, Travis yesterday came down about 10 foot down in that hole and found some nice color. Well, he ended up moving this big boulder out of the way, and all these other big rocks were still down in that crack too, which again is a good sign. You know, you see big rocks, that means heavies are depositing, and if it's packed in there tighter, that means someone else hasn't cleaned it. So that's what you're looking for. So we got behind that big boulder, and he just kind of kept chasing that crack all the way down to there so far. I kind of bounced around a little bit and checked a few different spots. Normally we wouldn't do that when we're doing production mode, but we know that there's this gold scattered all throughout all this bedrock. Anywhere where we put a pan, there's been gold that showed up. So what I did is I just kind of scooped out some of these little pockets, these little traps. You never know what you might find in those. And as I was cleaning them out, I did discover that crack there, so I just kind of chased that crack myself all the way down this line here until it got to the bottom, and I hit bedrock down there. And then what I decided to do is actually come to the opposite end of where Travis was chasing that same crack again. And just started digging on this side of it here. I want to apologize for how jumpy the camera is and how much I'm moving around. I'm still holding it by hand and figuring it out. No fancy selfie sticks or anything yet. So Travis has got the sluice pulled out. I think the only reason we didn't run more dirt today, being like we showed you all those heavies filling up the sluice, but there really wasn't a good spot for us to try to set up the sluice, and we were trying to hopping and jumping across to try to get over there to it, and I still got a broken foot, so that was no fun. I mean, we even did bring out the bigger sluice with us today, a little Sluicifer as I like to call her, but just not enough flow to get her set up yet. We'll definitely be back to this spot more. Maybe what we're going to do, there's even more exposed bedrock behind that tree line right there. I think we're going to do some test panning over there before we leave. Travis has started to kind of break down the stuff out of the sluice, and I gotta tell you, I mean, just what I've seen out of 2 scoops so far, some of the nicest, chunkiest stuff. We're not panning this all the way down. The reason, because there's so much heavies in this. Travis is just gonna get most of it off. We're gonna collect our cons in this bucket. Oh man, dude, you can see some of the chunkies in this bucket. And then we'll take it home and put it through the blue bowl. Another great sign that we're seeing, we're still pulling out a bunch of lead out of there. What do you see? See anything good in that one? Yep.
Just like the first one.
Just like the first one, he says. This is going to be a good day. So that's one thing I like about being over here in the bedrock, is you don't have to try to jump over to the river to pan. Got your own little pools to play in. Show you guys a little bit of scenery while Travis pans that out before we go over to the next spot. Everyone loves a beautiful log, right? Kind of want to talk about a little bit about why, obviously besides this, the exposed bedrock, why we chose this place. And that's just, you know, learning how and where gold deposits and the way the river flows. We're actually at the end of an S curve right here. And you can see, you know, just pretty much there out of the camera's eye is another big set of fast-moving riffles. And then again, the river actually curves back again to the left, and right through here, more fast-moving riffles. So this, to us, just has seen and looks like and has proven to just have all the deposits, all the heavies being pushed right up over into this bedrock. There's also a lot of other signs that we've seen out here that told us it was a good place to dig. We've seen other people who had been digging around here, and there's actually a gold claim a good half a mile, quarter mile or so up there, an old hard rock or something apparently. And as we walk down the trail, there's just big tailings everywhere of what used to have to be some big operations, some big dredge mining back in the day. We even found, what was that big concrete brick we found coming in here? Foundation for a wash plant. Found a big foundation for a wash plant. Kind of excited for when this floods again, though, to be able to get in here when the water's a little bit warmer, get in here with our wetsuits and our snorkels, and just really get in here and do some crevicing. Some underwater crevicing, I should say. Some sniping. Some snipes, boys. Big city snipes. It's a huge plunge pool right there. Can't wait to hit. I think this is going to be a really good spot for us if we just want to do a little half-day trip. I mean, it is a 12-minute drive to my house at the most from here. We did just hook up with Republic Mining out of Merlin, and we're lucky enough to get on the entry levels of their club, so we've actually got 7 different claims of theirs that we get to go play on this summer. We still got our 80 acres up in Northern California that we really haven't even got to check out a lot. But yeah, guess we'll pause this for now, come back to it again. Alright, so we're back at the homestead now, getting the blue bowl cleaned out and ready to run. Did add jet dry in there, that does help with that surface tension, and also hot water too. That way if we have any smalls, that'll help them sink to the bottom. We've been watching some other videos and seen people put silicone mats down in their blue bowls, so we're going to look into that and see about adding that and see how that works out for us. So basically now, these are our cons from over at the TP spot, our little secret spot. Travis's picker. Travis is going to start loading some of that material in, and we're going to start slowly cleaning out the dirt and see what we see, and take some more videos as we get back to it. A spoon? Spoon should be right there. Uh-oh. Well, thought the battery died, the screen turned off, but it looks like it's still on. Normally we'd just do a spoonful at a time, but since it's already just all down the cons there. Oh man, I see a piece of gold right there, dude.
Yeah. Nice little pickers in this.
Yeah. Excuse you. See that? I see a picker right there, bud, sitting on top. Hey, you! Travis has got the material in there loaded now. Now we're just going to start spinning it out and see what we can see. You can already see chunky stuff sitting on top. Some of the biggest gold I've ever seen in this blue bowl. Good vibrations. Remember, when you're running your blue bowl, don't just crank that thing on. You want to just do it a little bit at a time, until you're about a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch from the top of your blue bowl. You go just turn that thing on, especially when you're using a bigger pump. We're using a bigger pump. This is not the one that came with the blue bowl. You run that thing full out, you'll just wash everything right down into your bucket. Oh, the screen keeps turning off.
All the red shot piling up right there.
That's good signs. All the heavy sticking. Man, there's some chunky stuff sitting in there, dude. You can see it poking through the black sand. A lot of heavies. There, now it's all starting to break up. So you try to speed it up a little bit again. And that's about as high as you want. Half an inch from the top. You can't just set this thing and walk away from it though, because as your heavies start to empty out of that bowl, that water level will start rising. So you gotta stay on top of it. Alright, we're going to let it run for a little bit, get some more of this heavies cleaned out, and as some of the gold starts showing, look at that piece there. Wow. I'll be careful not to just dunk this camera into the water. Yeah, there's a lot of heavies there. Alright. Alright, we shut her down for just a second to start pulling out, some of the lead and some of the heavy bigger rocks that were in here still, because we forgot our smaller classifiers. But I did want to just take a quick second, show you some of the gold in here while we had it shut down. That's really impressive. Nice picker right there. Oh man, looks like we brought some mosquito larvae up with us too. Oh, there's another picker right there. Alright, we'll turn this back on, get more of this material cleaned out, and see what we can get out of here. Suck it up in a sucker bottle. And then what? Put it in a pan, get it clean, see what we come up with. It's a really good day for only putting 3 buckets through that sluice, though, I tell you what. Alright, now because there are so much heavies, so much of that magnetite, which are basically, you know, those small little rocks that end up breaking down and turning into your black sands, the blue bowl's not quite able to pick all of it up. So what we've done is tried to allow as much of the heavies as we can to push to the inside of the blue bowl, and you can see it's left lines and left gold all the way around. So what Trav is going to do is try to pick up as much of it as he can in the snuffer bottle, avoiding the black sands and the heavies. And then what we'll do is we'll take the turkey baster, push everything back out to the outsides, out to the rim, turn it on and just do it again, just nice and low and slow. Still easier than running a pan, takes more time, but allows you to have a couple soda pops. We're back to it. Alright, so we picked up as much of the gold as we can with the snuffer bottle, with avoiding the black sands. See, now we'll push everything back out. You can actually see there's still a bit of gold left in these. Just using the good old turkey baster, or the Canadian squirt gun as I like to call it. Oh wow. There's quite a line of gold underneath there still. Oh, little picker. Alright, we'll turn the blue bowl back on and do it again, do it again, do it again until it's as clean as we feel like we can get it. Alright, we got as much as we possibly could out of that blue bowl. We're going to have to take the last of that material and put it through a smaller screen because it's just not picking up. There's probably maybe 20, 30 little colors left in there. We did get everything snuffed out, put it in a pan. See if we can get a shot of that. Tell you what, it looks a lot more in the blue bowl, but hey, we had a good time where we went for only 3 buckets. I mean, that is really some nice gold. I'm happy with it. You happy with it, Trav?
I'm happy with it.
Look at that. I wonder if that'll actually pick that up, that gold floating on top of there. See, and that's why that jet dry is important. That breaks that surface tension. You can see just by tapping it, that gold will actually float back down and stick into the pan. So, everybody, thanks again for tuning in to H&H Prospecting. We appreciate your time, appreciate your views. Hope everybody's staying healthy and happy and safe. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, dislike it, whatever. All comments help. And hit that little bell so you know when we post new videos. And as always, get that shiny.